Yeah, so today we want to talk about market stats. So our February numbers just came out, which were great. So January we had our numbers were up, and now February our numbers are up. So we were actually just talking about this before we got started, and just talking about how 2018 felt like a little bit of an off year. There was a lot of uncertainty in the market. There was things kind of going on that I think made buyers kind of step back a little bit. There was new mortgage rules, increased interest rates, a lot of that kind of stuff going on, which kind of sometimes, I don't know, in my opinion, puts a pause on the market. People start reflecting, do we really need this? Do we really need to move? What can we do different? And sure enough, I think that might have been it. I think our interest rates are holding right now, which is great.
Just announced that that's going to be held for
Another
the time
month.
being.
Yeah, well, I was looking at all of that information. So we're talking about the Fed rate for us, like for Canada.
Bank of Canada.
They're holding it for another month at least. They've indicated, and possibly for the near future, they're going to be holding the rate out. I think it's at 1.75 right now. And the reason that's relevant is that is the rate that banks, that big banks, little banks, all banks kind of look at. Big banks, little banks.
Yellow banks, blue banks, orange banks.
Every color bank looks at to set their rates for mortgages, for savings accounts, for lots of different things. So if they keep that consistent, chances are banks will do the same. They have a little bit of flexibility as to what they can do, but it's a good sign.
It's also a good sign because that's the rate you're stress tested at as well.
Yes.
So we don't want that to change too much.
Why don't you explain the stress test? Because some people don't get it.
Well, when you meet with your mortgage advisor, your bank, your mortgage person, whoever that may be, they're going to look at all of your qualifications in terms of your employment, your yearly income, and then they're going to take all of this information and they're going to do something called a stress test. So they'll use this interest rate to decide what your budget will be for purchasing a home, as if that would be your interest rate. But the important part to remember here is that that's not going to be your interest rate.
No.
In fact, your interest rate will be much lower.
Almost half, pretty much.
Yes. So as a purchaser, you might be saying, but it's not going to be that. So why would I be tested at that high level? The reason being is because they anticipate that the mortgage rates will continue to increase because they were at an all-time low.
Yeah.
And the only way to go is up from there. So
Well,
they just didn't want people to be in homes that they could no longer afford once the interest rates do change.
And the reason is they're not so much concerned about right now, but they're concerned about when your mortgage comes to expire.
Yeah.
So usually 5-year terms or 2-year terms or whatever that term is. After 5 years, they're anticipating that rates may be higher than they are right now, and they just want to test you at that to ensure that you could still afford the house. So whether it's fair or not fair, or whether they should be doing it a different way, that's an aside conversation, but that is very much affected by what that prime rate is given to us by the Bank of Canada. So last year, well, the last 18 months previous to, so at the beginning of 2019, they had raised it like 3 or 4 times.
In one year.
In an 18-month span. Like that's pretty aggressive. So it has had an effect on our market by the looks of it. Last year was a bit of a down year. Things kind of slowed down towards the end of 2018. So it's really nice to see that our numbers, and we were talking about this too, the fact that Winnipeg is an anomaly. We've talked about this on our coffee times before, about how Winnipeg is like, we go out in -50. Likewise, we keep trucking along no matter what the economy is doing. And so it is nice to see that our numbers are stronger, which means people are getting out there, they're buying, they're confident, they have jobs, they're wanting to spend some money. So that's all very good indicators. And we're up like what, 6%?
Yes,
6% from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, from February of 2018. So so that's all very good.
Manitoba has an anomaly because there are multiple streams of economic revenue.
Yes.
We don't count on one, like the oil fields. We don't count on one stream of revenue in Manitoba. We have multiple. We've got hydro. We've got obviously farming. We have construction. So that
Liquor and
being
lotteries.
said, liquor and lotteries. That being said, we are in an anomaly because we don't count on one stream of income.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all very good. We also last week we had a couple budgets released. So our property taxes are going up a little bit. Education looks like it's going up as well too. We won't talk about that. Anyway, so I think right now our city has said, or our mayor has said that we're going up about 2.3% for our property taxes, which is not crazy, but it's not the only thing that's gone up. So with our school taxes going up, so it starts to add up. I really hope our governments add up how much they increase our stuff and start to see.
PST
has gone down, which is huge because we buy a lot of stuff.
Consumerism.
Exactly, so that's going to be helpful. Hopefully bringing that down 1%. I don't know when that gets enacted, but hopefully soon. We'll see. Haven't kept my finger on the pulse at that point. So that should be good. So, and then Parade of Homes.
Yeah, I think
we're right in the midst of it.
I think we're seeing a lot of people come out. People count on the Parade of Homes, so I think it's just, even though the weather...
What is the Parade of Homes, for those of you who may not know?
Homes. I guess it's kind of, because I was explaining that to a client this week. She's like, there's a parade, and there's houses?
Homes?
Where is this?
Down Portage Avenue.
Just park. They'll be there.
Just joking.
Could you imagine just like
that
a convoy of houses?
Hilarious.
Okay, we're off track. Okay.
Anyways.
So in all the new developments in the city, there's show homes, obviously. You've probably seen that. So in the Parade of Homes, they extend the hours of these show homes. So Monday through Thursday, these show homes are open from 3 to 8 p.m.
Yep.
And then Saturday, Sunday, they're open 12 to 6. And you can go and take a look at all these show homes. They're all open. They're actually mandated that they all have to be open.
If they're Manitoba Home Builder, yes,
right,
exactly.
So if they're part of Manitoba Home Builders Association, then they have to be home during those hours. Have to be home. Have to be open. Someone's home.
It's like you live there when
it is like you live there. Yeah. I've done it.
I have too, and it's lots of fun.
It's a great time to get out there to see kind of the new design trends, the new building trends.
And to experience different builders,
yes.
right? Because every builder has different strengths and different design kind of features and stuff like that. So it is kind of nice to see that. And there are some new smaller builders or boutique builders in these newer areas that have scooped up some lots, like in Sage Creek and Bridgewater, and are building in there. So sometimes it's nice to go and discover what they're about and learn about their style and what they're doing and look at the quality of their build. That's my big thing. Yeah, is you want a builder who's going to build you a solid house, not just one that's to code, which every builder has to do, but one that's actually built with quality materials and it actually has great workmanship, things like that. You definitely want to check out
of the finishes and how they're done. And
yeah, because how they build their show homes is sometimes a reflection.
Yeah,
overall on how they do stuff. So it's always good to take a look at.
And my one kind of piece of advice is always because when you walk into these show homes, they're supposed to wow you.
Yes, of course.
So just realize that to get that exact product is going to be very expensive.
Actually, that is true. That is a very good point. Yeah, because I often get this because we do work out in Niverville and we work with a builder as well too. And the thing I love about them is we don't necessarily have show homes, but we have spec homes. So that means they're built to specifications or whatever. So they're just kind of what we build all of our homes like. And the upgrades we find in them are upgrades here in the city that you would pay a lot of money for. So do take note, things like no stipple on your ceiling. Upgraded lighting, the decor plugs, the baseboards that are flat.
Flat baseboards.
Those things, you want to ask the salesperson there. Are those things... Don't get me started on coats of paint. It makes me mad. I paid for a final coat of paint. No, actually I didn't. So I ended up painting my brand new house, which I was so mad. I had to fight on that. Anyways.
Won't name the number.
No, so just ask the sales rep there because it is really important to know, yes, these show homes are beautiful. They have wallpaper. They have different colors of paint everywhere. They have more recessed lights and pot lights. They have upgraded light packages. So you want to know exactly what you're getting, and then you want to also ask, well, what's a basic? Like, what's this home in its basic form, and what does that include? Because it can sometimes, not always, be dramatically different than what you're actually experiencing in the show home. So that is a very, very valid
because
question.
They will advertise our base price.
Oh, of course.
Is X.
Yeah. And then you'll ask them what the price of the house is. It'll be like $500,000 for the base price, and then this home is $1 million. Well, guess where that's coming in?
And that's on purpose.
Of course, they want you to love.
Yes,
they want you to love the look. And it's not to say sometimes, and I know some builders are really great where their base package actually includes a ton of great stuff like stone countertops and upgraded cabinetry and lots of stuff. But again, just make sure you're asking and not assuming that everything in that show home is included as is.
Unless you buy the show home, in which case,
yes, then you know
then you
exactly
do it.
what you're getting,
Yeah.
and that is always helpful as well too. So, it's warmer out there. That's
Is
news.
it?
Oh, well, okay, today it's not, but yesterday it was lovely. Today, not so lovely.
Tomorrow's supposed to be really nice. We're
Is
getting into the positives this
I
week.
know. I can't believe that spring is 10 days away because it does feel like we're in the middle of January.
I honestly think I'm gonna put my Christmas tree back up.
just
It's
get ahead
been
of
so
it.
long. This winter has dragged on. I'm just gonna
That's fantastic. You totally should. Please do. And then
go
send me
home and put my
pictures.
Christmas tree up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is warmer out there. So if you are thinking of selling or buying or whatever, be sure to get out there. It's finally nice enough to actually do a little bit of that. So
You have a note about Sump Pump on here.
yes. So interesting. We were talking about a little excursion that happened this weekend for Little Miss Monica. But anyways, it made me think. It is starting to get a little warmer. I know today is not a huge testament to that. But with it starting to melt and stuff, be sure to be monitoring your sump pit. I wouldn't recommend necessarily to be turning on your sump pit right now because it is still pretty frozen.
You don't want it to burn out the motor.
Yeah, you don't want it to burn out the motor, but because the snow is getting softer and things are starting to melt, you would be surprised how much water starts to build up underground. So just be monitoring it. If you find that it's filling up, then turn it on, but you may have to be monitoring it on a daily basis just to ensure that you're not burning out your motor, but that
And-
you're also not getting
yeah.
water in your basement. So,
Just check. I would say check it morning and night.
yeah, just to be on the safe side. Things can change really rapidly, and again, today is a colder day. Chances are there's not going to be a ton of melting today, but you never know, right? So just for your own house maintenance, be sure that you're doing those types of things.
And when it does get a little warmer, make sure your hose is
Yes.
hooked up too.
That's true, and not frozen,
And not
right? And that your
frozen.
line isn't frozen.
And if your
so-
line is frozen, just bring it into your garage and let it thaw out in there.
Yeah.
You could probably have a drainage system.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but that's
Fancy.
well. Is it? But just get it out of the elements and it'll thaw a little bit quicker for you, so you can hook it up.
For sure. Awesome. I think that is it for us today. If you guys have anything you have questions about coming up, please don't be afraid to send them to us. And hope you guys have a great week and that it's a good start and that, yeah.
It's warming up. It's
Enjoy
gonna be
the
a good one.
outside.
It's gonna
Go
be a good
skating.
one.
Here people
Yeah.
are going skating for a
Well,
little bit
because
longer.
it's going to be gone soon.
Hopefully, that is the goal.
Bye.
Anyway, exactly. Who knows, right? Anyways, you guys have a great week. From Element to you, happy Monday.
Have a good week, guys.
Have a good one.